I know I need to size up with you, and when I defang the Viper, trust me, ain't gonna come from nowhere. Jeff, I already put you out. I don't even know why you're out here right now. Keep on talking. Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you act like this is an AA meeting and you shut your mouth while I'm sharing with the group? And Mustafa, you out here, a boy among men. And I'm gonna tell you what, you got lucky at the Rumble, so I know you're gonna come out here and run your mouth about how bad you are. But let me give you a little bit of a reality check. You see, Mustafa, you said that my eyes don't lie. Well, your eyes don't lie either, because last week, they were closed real tight when I put your simple ass to sleep. And AJ, hey man, be honest with me. How's our old girl Wendy doing?
Welcome back to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast. It's me, Hafeez, and with me as always is Devin. And yes, 130. No, that's not. It's way more than that. It's
right.
It's
730, sir. Yes,
730 days of the Tribal Chiefs' reign, Roman Reigns' reign. So I guess that does make this Tribal Chief Day once again.
Tribal Chief Day once again. It is back. That's right, Dom. It's back.
I'm sorry, Dom. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, man. But yes, we are here, and we are going to be talking about Clash at the Castle.
Yes.
It's going to be coming up this Saturday, right? It's going to be on Saturday at noon. Central Time.
Mm-hmm. Our time, so, Chicago time.
Yeah, man. So this pay-per-view, this premium live event has been built up pretty big, man. I mean, they've really been hyping it up. You know, it's the first stadium event over there in
30 years.
30 years, they said. Yeah, it's in Wales.
Yep. Oh, Cardiff.
Is it Cardiff? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I think it's Cardiff.
Okay. Let's double check that. Let's make sure.
Let's fact check this.
Cardiff, Wales. We're both right.
Oh, yeah. Cardiff, Wales. Yes. Right.
So Cardiff, Wales, right? So, yes, at Cardiff, Wales, you know, we're going to be having this event. It'll be pretty cool to see the Tribal Chief defend the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship against Drew McIntyre. It's going to be a big match. We're going to make our predictions on all the matches on this card. Looks very NXT TakeOver-ish with six matches. For those of you that remember seeing Black and Gold's TakeOver cards, usually it was about 5 matches, pretty
sometimes
succinct.
6.
Sometimes 6. But this one, we do have 6 matches, and we're going to go through them one by one. It's going to be a really interesting card. So really curious to see where our predictions go leading up to that main event. All right. So before we get started, any thoughts on this on a whole? Like, how have you enjoyed the build-up, and where's your excitement level for this card?
The build-up has been on point for Clash at the Castle, man. Papa H is just flawless with the storytelling, bro. He's on point. He has certain views at a boiling point now. That pressure cooker, it's rumbling. It's rumbling, bro. It's about to come off. The top is about to blow off. So he's just doing a fantastic job, bro.
Yeah. Papa H is doing us proud for sure. It's been fun to watch. I've just been enjoying the ride with everything he's been doing, all the surprises. You know, we had Johnny Gargano come back not too long ago, which, my goodness, I was so happy to see that. We had talked about it. We predicted, you know, that's going to be one person he's going to call back for sure. As soon as Triple H got in charge, we're like, all right, Johnny's coming back. We've seen how Tommaso Ciampa has been booked. He's been booked great. So, you know, all bets are off at this point when it comes to, you know, the wrestlers of a certain size, you know, worrying about them. Like, no, you don't have to worry about that now, because with Papa H at the helm, hey, everybody's got a chance. Ricochet's getting booked, you know, strong.
Dubs.
Yeah, you know.
Back-to-back dubs on Happy Corbin. What?
Exactly. So that's been great. You know, the Judgment Day actually is a little bit more interesting now. Finn Balor's got new theme music. Damian Priest got new theme music. Hey, no, I'm digging it.
You feeling Finn Balor?
Yes, I am. I'm a Finn Balor fan.
Damian Priest, not bad. You know, just is old, but like chopped and screwed a little bit.
Yeah.
But Finn Balor, even though he had it's the original and it's very slowed down, I'm just ain't feeling it.
Give it some time. Because I like what he's doing as far as like, it's kind of like what he did in NXT a little bit, where he would tease like, oh yeah, remember? Nah, this ain't, I'm different now, you know? So I almost wish he would just do that entrance from NXT where it was more like a Bullet Club inspired theme or
like
entrance.
Like he's about to go up and do it, but he stopped
Mm-hmm.
point. Okay.
That's my favorite Balor entrance, you know, just that style. And then of course the Demon. I mean, the Demon is his best. That's when he's really in his bag. But you know, I'm enjoying it. I like the fact that you can tell they're trying to give them more of an edge, no pun intended, trying to give them that attitude, you know, that vibe that like, hey, we're here to stay, you know. And now going back and forth with Edge and the Mysterios, it'll be interesting to see, you know, how they play all this off. You know, is Dom, you know, maybe having some butterflies for Rhea Ripley? Like, is something going on? Because
something going on, bro.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't hurt her. You know, he can't. Like, that's his weakness right there. It's Rhea Ripley.
Here.
Right. So, you know, I feel like you may get your wish, and Rhea Ripley might be the key to pulling Dom to the dark side. I can see that coming. And real quick, too, I'm enjoying where they're going as far as Judgment Day with this feud. But Edge, I don't know if I can be on Edge's side on this feud at all anymore, because the way that I look at it, Edge just sounds like a hypocrite every time he talks shit about the Judgment Day. Because he was saying stuff like, "Oh, you're gonna judge me, whatever that means." Dude, you're the guy that was saying
off.
Exactly. This was you. What are you talking about? You know, you try to act like none of that happened, like you weren't this dick who decided to be, you know, just this leader of this group, the Judgment Day, and trying to tell the fans, you know, how to be and just, I don't know. It just seems weird now that he's all of a sudden trying to make it seem like they're the assholes and he's a good guy. Like, hold on, man. You started this group. They kicked you out because they felt like you were weak. You were the weak link. And now your butt hurt. And so you're trying to crack jokes about them being emo. Bro, look in the mirror. You got the
off,
brood
bro.
thing going on.
Exactly.
Yeah. The band doing their music, that's the same band doing your music. Like, what do you like? Everything is the same. Like, stop it.
About Edge.
So, yeah.
A little bit hypocritical.
He's hypocritical. I'm telling you, he's pushing me to Team Judgment Day. He's got to figure this out. He needs to come with a whole
Only
different
Finn
angle.
is stopping that.
Oh,
I just feel he just doesn't fit in right now. Just
I think
I'm feeling Damian Priest. He is on point with the Judgment Day, spitting bars.
I was feeling Finn with Dolph. The way when he beat Dolph and just like, first of all, he was telling Dolph like, look, man, like you just trying to leech off of these younger superstars and all that. Now Dolph was funny because he's like, well, we're the same age. Like, what's going on?
Thing, right?
So that was funny. That was funny. But I like that Finn is basically, before in the Judgment Day when you know Vince was still in charge, it was kind of like he was just there. He wasn't talking, he wasn't doing much. But now, you know, he's getting on the mic, you know, and he's pissed off. He said, look, these dudes got documentaries. Where's my documentary? Where's our documentary? Like, I was like, hell yeah, let's go. You tell him, get your respect. He's like, I'm a legend. Where is my documentary? I said, okay, I like where this is going. And even with AJ and the tag match, you know, he was like, yeah, too sweet. Like, I feel like there's little nuggets there. I think what it's going to take for you would be, hey, split him off from Judgment Day and then have him be heel Finn maybe on his own. And then really he could shine a little bit more.
I think you're right.
You know, within Judgment Day, it might be a little too tainted for you and some of the audience. I could feel that, and I get it. I respect it. But for me, I guess I'm trying to see the story from a different perspective. Like, Finn is kind of finding his voice, and he's getting more of an opportunity now. And so even though they're a unit, I see Finn having his own story going on where he's progressively being kind of like, I mean, when Finn went against Johnny Gargano, and you know he teabagged him. Like I feel like that Finn is coming back. So that's the Finn that I feel like we're getting.
Maybe.
Yes.
I didn't like how lame he looked last week, telling that promo talking about what was it, Mysterio? Like, yeah, he's gonna be 6'1" mine. I was like, come on, Finn.
Yeah,
and then he got bitched by Dolph. He hit him. Dolph walked out. He came back like, hey, just gonna sit there like a little bitch. You're gonna come out there to the ring. I was like, damn.
That was good. No, but I like where they're going with it because first it was good. It was great for Dolph, you know, to have that moment. So that's awesome. And he's the face. You know, Finn's supposed to be the heel in this. So okay, like you have Dolph have that moment where he looks cool, and Finn is not. I mean, Finn is naturally cool, but you kind of put it where you clearly say Dolph is the guy you should be rooting for. And then Finn comes in and he cheats and he's saying like telling the ref he was cursing. Like I kind of picked up some of the things he was saying, like, where's my fucking get my fuck. I was like, what is he talking about? What's he talking about? He turned like Conor McGregor for a second now.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Like,
who the fuck are you?
You the fuck get my fucking I'm the fucking man. I'm like, what? Put a mic on him. I want to hear what he's saying. So I think we're gonna start to progress. Like, kind of pay attention to what Finn is trying to do, because I feel like he's starting to get more and more aggressive, more and more in his bag. Yeah. He's trying something. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's get into this. Let's get into
Clash at the Castle.
Clash at the Castle.
No, all out, just Clash at the Castle, right?
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode. Oh man. Hey, look, you want to take a minute just to
we did have a conversation on the phone
while we're laughing about this. Go ahead and explain it, man. Share with the people. Get the smoke. Share with the people your perspective.
Hey, I got no problem. Because we are called the street prophets of podcasting now. Oh man! First of all, shout out to Elite Extraordinary Podcast. Shout out to Ivan, Professor X over there. He invited us. I'm representing Team Clark Street over there with Don, with Ted. Who else? Trying to think off tip of my tongue. If I forget, forgive me, but I'm on the spot. But it was others. But we was all, just doing like, just briefly talking about how we feeling about AEW, All Out, the build. And I said, first of all, AEW sucks. And I said one of the big reasons it suck because the way they just treating their women right now is just asinine, bro.
It's not the first time.
It really grinds my gears. It stops me from appreciating AEW. Really. Like the wrestling on point. I get that. Stories hit and miss, okay? But the way you guys disrespect the women, I can't roll with that, bro. I can't. That's why it sucks. All right. It sucks. And then some of the story builds, it's kind of fizzled out. The Jungle Boy and Christian started hot, and then we get towards like a couple of weeks out, and now I'm feeling like
well, I mean, the biggest thing really right now is with the main event, the main event, which I guess is still gonna be Mox and CM Punk. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. Like they're gonna do a rematch.
Yeah. Cool.
Which, how does the rankings work for that? I don't know. Like
rankings don't matter.
Not the number one contender, right? Like that doesn't make any sense. Okay. But all right. But yeah, you had it set up as the main event before, and then you say, you know what? I get what they were doing when they had the interactions on Dynamite where they had the big brawl and they had to be separated, and Mox is like, look, we don't have to wait till All Out, let's do it right now. And then Tony Khan's like, oh yeah, this is getting out of hand, we're gonna do it next week. And so it's like, oh, okay, you're taking the main event and you're putting it on free TV. That's dicey.
That's a gamble.
That's a gamble. But okay, let's see. And then that day you're expecting, okay, that's the main event of Dynamite. That's going to be the last match. And then you find out, nope, it's not even. Not only is it not the main event at All Out, it's not even the main event at Dynamite. You're like, wait, what? Okay, it's going to be shenanigans. Something's going to happen. Double DQ or DQ, count out, something stupid like that, or time limit. And then we're going to still do the match at All Out. But
yeah, I thought it was going to happen. Like maybe CM Punk won't show up or something. Like he might pull
brawl
some
in the
bullshit.
back. Right. Something happens. But nope. They do their entrances. They ring the bell. They have the match. CM Punk throws a kick, twists his ankle. He's sitting there like Family Guy, Peter Griffin. Moxley says, well, I'm taking advantage of this. Beats the dog shit out of CM Punk. Elbow, everything. Just knocking him clean out. Oh my goodness. And just 2 finishers later, about 4 minutes later, the match is over. Jon Moxley is your new undisputed AEW champion. Just clean, squashed CM Punk, the quote-unquote actual champion, got squashed by the quote-unquote interim champion. If you were going to do this, if this was the plan, which I don't believe this is the plan, I think they're just kind of making this shit up. But if that was the plan,
making up that
somebody in that room needed to say, hey, guys, this is dumb. Like, first of all, like,
somebody speak up.
Speak up, because the whole interim championship thing is lame. It's lame. Like, to say that someone is an interim champion is basically you're saying they're a fake champion. And I stood up for Moxley. I feel like Moxley is the one who should be called the real champion, because CM Punk, when he said his goodbye, said he didn't want to hold up the division. He wanted to drop the championship so that they could keep going forward. So in my mind, from what he said, it's like, okay, he's going to relinquish it. Cool. We're going to have a tournament, whatever. And then we're going to crown a new champion. But nope. Tony Khan comes out and says, we're going to crown an interim champion. What? Interim champion? In any combat sport where you do that, the person wearing that championship always feels salty about it. I remember Justin Gaethje when he won the interim championship and he was supposed to be set up to fight Khabib at one of the UFC pay-per-views. As soon as they handed him that title, he threw that shit on the ground. He said, I'll wait for the real one. That's just how people feel about it. That's a fighter. That dude just beat somebody's ass.
Real sport.
Risked his life
Not scripted.
in a combat sport in a cage against a grown-ass man trying to kill his ass. He beat him for that championship and threw it down because he knows that's not the real one. And you're going to bring this in the wrestling? Like, it's cool? Like, oh, yeah, we're going to do that too. No. Like, it's just silly. It's silly to even do that. Hey, CM Punk, you're injured. Cool. We're going to move on. When you come back, we're going to give you a couple matches to get you back up to speed, get your conditioning up. Cool. Yeah. Earn your wins.
Some dark matches.
Work up the rankings.
Matches. Right.
Yeah.
You might say you was in there, but you're not, but you know.
Yeah. Do it that way. But nah, you do this. And then to top it off, then you got Thunder Rosa doing the same thing. They turn around and they have Thunder Rosa, which I mean, the whole timing thing to that too, with Thunder Rosa getting 30 seconds, and then you got CM Punk getting like 4 or 5 minutes. It was crazy. And Thunder Rosa was in the back.
He got 10 minutes, bro. He got 10 minutes.
My bad. Double it. 10 minutes for CM Punk, 30 seconds for Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa's in the back. CM Punk is in the crowd, in the ring with the crowd. Disrespectful, okay? But then you make the mistake again. No one likes this interim championship thing. And you're going to do it for the women now? Tony, man, what? Come on. Come on. So now we're going to have another
Everybody
fake
gets
champion.
a title.
We have 2, but it's just, it's exhausting. It really is exhausting. Like, come on.
A parody of MMA, man. That's what they are. They're not pro wrestling right now.
Dude, I mean, with this shit, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what it is. So, yeah, with All Out, it's just like, you already gave us the main event on free TV, and I saw the finish. The dude got squashed. He got squashed. Now you turn around and you have it be a close match. I'm just like, you know. Like,
I'm just first load.
Exactly. You know, I don't know. I don't know why they would do that. And then the whole interim thing, like, no, Thunder Rosa can't compete. Cool. Strip her of the championship. She'll be back. She'll work her way back to the top. Have a new champion. It's gonna be Toni Storm. Cool. That's fine. But to do this, it's like, you guys are just clueless.
Who doesn't like a story that said, I want to get the title I never lost?
Yeah.
I want to get the title I never lost.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins. Shit. The tribal chief.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things he said when he came back. I'm going to get my universal title, the title that I never lost. Paul Heyman.
Yep. Facts. I mean, it's right there. Oh my goodness. I don't understand. So yeah. So here we are. So All Out. I mean, you know, I'm gonna see it, but am I excited?
Yeah.
You know, is this one where I'm like, ooh, I'm rushing to pay money for it?
$50?
Right. Yeah, alternative means are probably going to be used to see
$15 for the VPN?
I'm gonna just be real. Oh man. So anyway, that's the AEW rant for the episode.
Yeah.
Let's move forward.
Future therapy session coming soon about that. There we go.
All right, let's get into these matches. First up, we have Edge and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day with Finn Balor, Damian Priest. All right, who you got? Who you got winning this matchup?
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Just when you think I'm out, bring me back in. Just give it to me, Papa H. Just give it to me. It's right there. Give me the Dominic turn. I want him to say I'm Uncle Eddie's son, or I'm Rhea's my poppy. Either or, acceptable. Just the way y'all been telling this story, it's weird.
Oh, please. Let's go. I'm bought in if that happens. I'm with the Dom turn if that's the way we do this. All right, now you got me.
Judgment Day with the Dom turn.
Yes, I'm going to say Judgment Day. I'm rooting for Judgment Day. I am not feeling Edge with his hypocritical ass talking shit about the group he started. No, you just sound like butthurt and jealous of the fact that they called you the weak link. Like, just no. You can't make fun of them being emo. You can't do that because you have the same style. They're copying your style.
You didn't see it coming. You should have saw it coming, but you didn't.
Should have. Exactly. That's your fault. It's not their fault. They learned from you. This is your making. So no. Judgment Day when you got to teach Edge a lesson.
Yes. And then Ray's dissing his son. I'm like, man, I need to go with experience, but your blood, bro.
This is Ray's fault. Ray, you done fucked up.
You ain't my daddy, Ray.
Right. You picked him.
Eddie's son.
You fucked up.
Yep.
So yeah, we are both in agreement. We both have the Judgment Day winning that one. Moving on, man, this is where it starts to pick up a little bit here. We've got Gunther. Oh man, Gunther versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. Woo-wee.
Is that really about to go down, bro?
That's about to go down. That match, low-key, that right there. And then there in Cardiff.
That could possibly steal the show.
That could steal the show. That really could steal the show. Now, that main event is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
that atmosphere is going to be ridiculous.
But
So
still,
without saying, if you take that out, of all the matches here, that's the Seth and not Riddle.
Yeah.
But like, that's why this card is just so interesting, man. Because there's so many matches that I feel like the crowd is gonna be hyped for it. And this is one of them, man. So yeah, this match here, Gunther and Sheamus. I got Gunther retaining. I feel like this momentum is gonna keep going, but Sheamus is gonna pull off a hell of a fight. And I think that crowd is gonna be great, and hopefully that crowd is with Sheamus, and like cheering him on. Like I want that. I want that for Sheamus. I want that for this match. Just make Gunther that monster heel that they're all like, no, we don't want you to win, and then he breaks their hearts.
Yes, because he's a heel. He's gonna do it. Oh my God, I'm so excited for this match. But the outcome, how do I predict this outcome? I will go with Gunther. Yes. Sheamus, he will put on a hell of a fight. He's going to give it all. 100%, 110%. He's going to, I did like the face off, man. He called himself the real ring general. I was like, ooh. Ooh, the real ring general. I was like, he's like, I've been putting on bangers after bangers after bangers. I'm like, he ain't lying.
Yeah.
Sheamus put on bangers, bro.
Those are facts.
Yeah. Ooh, and then Gunther got on the mic. He was like, yeah, you might be a legend, but this is about me. I'm going to break your back. I'm going to break your spirit. I'm going to break your chest. I was like, oh, my God. Oh, I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable, man. Just the words he was saying to Sheamus. I'm like, I can see this happening. Hey, you got the right amount of paleness on your skin for this, just all to look all messed up. Your whole chest meat, the discoloration. It's gonna look nasty.
Man, now where do you see this going for? Because there is some interesting history on this, and like fill in the blanks for me if something has already happened. But with Butch and Gunther, like they have history. Like Gunther beat Pete Dunne for the NXT UK Championship. That's
true.
And so those two, I feel like this could kind of lead into maybe Butch and not necessarily a character change, because I actually don't mind the character of Butch.
Me neither.
So just him having that energy, having that, that personality, but taking that into a matchup with Gunther adds a whole nother element to their personal history. And I could see them pulling that footage and that history from NXT UK into a storyline with them on SmackDown. So where do you see that? Do you see like there being like any nuggets that you caught that like kind of hinted at that?
I could see Butch step up because they could play out the way they could tree branch from Sheamus and Gunther. Like Gunther just beat Sheamus so bad he's gonna take the time off.
Yeah.
And so naturally Butch will step up. And then like you said, we get all the tapes, show the UK and like, he was one of the longest,
that's a great point.
UK champions, and they use all that footage, man, to set it up like that. I'm with that, bro.
I like that. I definitely think, if you take Sheamus out, take him off TV for a little bit, and then, like you said, Butch steps up. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Weave that in, man. That would be real smooth transition right there. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh man, well let's get into this next match. Oof, boy, this matchup right here is going to be
God damn, man. Yo, boy,
Matt Riddle.
I gotta say, your boy's fucking on one.
Woo! Versus Seth freaking Rollins.
Want all the smoke.
Oh man.
Want all the smoke.
Woo.
We talk about my family, man. Let's talk about your family. Oh, wait, you ain't got one because your wife divorced you and took your kids and they don't want to see your bitch ass anymore, huh?
Ooh, want to talk about my family. Want to talk about my family. About your family. Oh, that's right. You don't have one. They want nothing to do with your bitch ass.
Dude. First of all, I wasn't even upset that Seth had to go there because, Riddle, you opened the door, bro. If you can dish it, you got to be able to take it.
Great point. So there's so many layers to that. First off, yes, him getting personal like that because you say, hey, Becky Lynch is the only man in your marriage, and then they cut the interview there. It's like, oh, okay.
And
so he's cut. The type of way. Yeah. Hey, you still there? You still there, brother? Hey, Riddle, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, bro.
That want nothing to do with your bitch ass, bitch.
What did you say? You heard me. You heard me, bitch.
The other layer to this too for me is that, usually if someone just starts going into that kind of a promo, it feels like, for instance, when John Cena went against Roman Reigns and they had that promo back and forth, And Roman didn't really have anything to say back then. He was just like, bitch. And it's just like, it didn't really
punk
feel.
Ass bitch. You a fake
Right.
punk ass bitch.
You believe it used to be like that? That's crazy.
I know, man. It's so robotic,
shit.
bro.
Dude. But then in
sorry,
this, hey man, we call it like we see it.
Right.
So, but then you look at something like this, and because it's so personal, it's like it almost felt like we're dropping the characters. I'm actually pissed off. I'm just trying to. It felt real. It felt like Seth Rollins was.
Seth wasn't laughing.
Off.
He wasn't cackling.
Right.
He was
and
like,
"Hey,
to
let him know."
They was like, "And cut."
Hey,
Riddle, still there?
Hey, yo, Riddle. You still there? Especially before your ass and took the kids. Get away from your bitch ass, bitch.
He was like, "What did you just say?"
You heard me, bitch.
Oh, I'm not gonna beat you. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Right.
I'm gonna fuck you up. You think this is a game? Riddle,
Dude,
bro.
man.
He was on one too.
All right. I
was
got TV 14. Here we go.
Right.
You know.
I was like, what just happened?
Right.
Whoa.
We apologize for the language. We're sorry. I was like, oh man, it was good. It was good.
And they had a parking lot brawl
I saw that too. And Seth too, man.
Riddle just on the phone.
Off.
Seth about to pull it up like, motherfucker. What up?
Right.
On site, bro.
On site, exactly. So yeah, this right here, man, they got the right type of the pressure cooker feel to this matchup to now where we're just anticipating, okay, what are they gonna do to each other? So, and this feud, I feel like it goes past Cardiff. It like continues on. I could see this being a multi-match type of feud, one fight, because this is a regular wrestling match, but I could see this leading into like a no holds barred, anything goes match to follow this one up. So in this first match, I'm going with Seth freaking Rollins to pull off the victory because I believe that Seth, the mind games, he's got Riddle very emotional right now. And Riddle's going to make some mistakes. It's going to happen. So I feel like Seth Rollins is going to pull off the victory. Then you can come back, have the rematch more in maybe you put it in the cage. Maybe put it in a regular like steel cage. Not Hell in a Cell, but just a steel cage match. And then go from there if you want to keep it going.
Pit that they used for NXT before.
They could do something like that, and introduce the fight pit to the WWE audience. That's not a bad idea either. So, But I do think that this is going to be one where it's going to continue escalating because this one is just a regular matchup. But this feud feels like it's going beyond just a regular matchup.
It's personal, bro. That's
yeah.
It's personal, man.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with you, bro. I don't like you, man. You don't like me. I don't like you. Okay.
Break your face.
All right. Smash your face in. Seth was like, oh yeah, okay, whatever, bro. Come find me.
Right.
Motherfucker got up.
He got up like, come find me.
Right. Like, where are you, bro? Where are you? Oh man. Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Seth as well. I got Seth going all the way. I like that this story will continue past Cardiff, possibly could treat Branch as well off to Orton, as well. It just depends what happens after the match.
Right.
Even though it's a regular match, maybe Seth be like, man, fuck the bullshit, bro. I don't like you.
Right.
I'm taking you out. Take a vacation. So yeah, man, I'm a rock with Seth though.
Nice. So now this next matchup here, we've got the 6-women tag match between Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka versus Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. Oh man, how you feel about them not winning the tag team championships and it being Aaliyah and Raquel?
I'm fine with the outcome of Raquel and Lee. It's just the match was just a little bit, I don't know. I was a little bit disjointed from the match, man. It was just a little off to me. But it was a good surprise. I was like, oh shit.
Right,
You know,
right. It seemed like everything was leading towards, Sky and Kai essentially,
exactly.
being champions. But yeah, that was a
Yeah.
surprise for sure. So yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like I just look at it from the perspective of for Aaliyah, being someone who spent so much time in NXT, like years and years, and other women were getting called up, and she hadn't been called up. That it's amazing to see her, similar to Liv, like go from that to now she's a champion. So shout out to her and Raquel as well. Like, for the way that they kind of changed her character a little bit with the call up. It's like, oh, and then she's smiling all the time, and you're like, is this gonna work? Like, what's happening? So
It's working.
yeah, I mean, she's still dominant. They still are booking her strong, so that's
Yeah.
good.
The
I
crowd
like
is
that.
receptive to it, though, man. They like it. Yeah,
It's
they
working.
respond well.
It's working.
Yep.
Yep. So for me, I feel like, okay, I'm happy for them. The match itself, it is what it is, but I'm happy for them just because of what it means for their careers, especially with certain doubts around both of them for different reasons. Again, Aaliyah, because it's like, was she ever going to get called up? And for Raquel, it's like, okay, is this change going to work? But so far, it's working, and both of them are doing a great job. So we'll see what happens. I feel like, I still want to see Sasha, Naomi come back and say, hey, hold up,
Time out. Flag on the play.
Right. The real champs are back. Thank you very much. I'm just waiting. The countdown has begun on that.
They come back as faces or heels.
I think they got to be heels. They got to be heels at this point because you got Raquel and Aaliyah. They're clearly faces.
That's
so
true.
Yeah, I think that made the decision. If it would have been, Dakota Kai and Io Sky, I probably would have said, okay, maybe they'll be faces. But if you're gonna do it now, it would make most sense for them to be heels. I would say maybe they kind of tease it like, oh, they're faces, they're fine, but then they jump them, and then that's how they do a heel turn on TV. So we'll see what goes on with that. But for this matchup here, it's interesting to think about who's going to win this matchup. This really could go either way.
Pretty crystal clear for me.
So
even Monday Night Raw, we got a little bit of AEW Darkish on there.
Well, what you mean?
Oh, we had a 6-man tag. It was Bianca, Alexa, Asuka against 3 indie darlings. They was all just jobbers, man. I'm like, oh, interesting. A little AEW-ish. Okay.
Right. Well, I just look at it like you do still have to build up this faction, and them taking an L in the tournament kind of drops them down a peg a little bit. So do you just have them win to lift them back up, versus just having them lose in Cardiff? Now, the easy answer would be, Team Bianca, because she's the Raw Women's Champion, and you're trying to sell, the WWE over there. Give them a hero, a baby face to cheer for, to root for, and then give them the dub. Just keep it simple and clean. But I really am torn on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, while you think about it, I'm gonna put my answer out. I'm going with Sky and Kai and with Bayley. Control.
Oh, you go.
Yeah,
wow.
Control. Control.
That's interesting. I thought you were going to go the other way with that because again, with Bianca being the head of that team, because that's actually where I'm leaning. I'm leaning towards the heel faction.
Even though she's on that team, she's not going to take a pin, though.
Yeah. You
got to remember, they're all former champions, so just Asuka or, Alexa getting pinned. It's a good win for Control.
Right. No, I feel you on that, and I guess I feel like because this is the event that it is, and maybe this is more old thinking, not Papa H regime, but like old WWE regime, where I'm thinking like, oh, the marketing machine and the way they want to sell this to the crowd, to an international audience, like give them like a clean face over heel type finish. But I like it. I think that it would make more sense for the story, from a building up this heel faction perspective, if you have, this Bayley squad, Team Bayley, winning this matchup versus Bianca's side. So I am going to go with Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky to win this matchup because I just feel like that's the way to go. They just lost in this tournament. You got to build them up. You got to make them a legitimate threat of a faction. So I think that's just the way to do it. So that's going to be my pick as well. So yeah, we're on the same page with that one too.
Roll it is decided.
All right. And then the final women's match of the night. This is another one that I think is a little bit interesting. We've got SmackDown Women's Champion Liv Morgan going against Shayna Baszler. I'll let you go first on this one. Who you got?
I'm going to go with Liv Morgan. I want her to piss off the IWC community because they all want Shayna to win. They're tired of Liv Morgan already. I'm like, these bunch of fickle bastards. All right, you know what? Yeah, Liv. I want all the smoke.
Yeah.
Piss them off.
Yeah.
Piss them off. Keep holding on that championship, girl.
Yeah.
All right? Do your thing. It is decided for me.
I love it. Liv it is.
There we go. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm in agreement there. I think Liv Morgan, keep that title, keep this reign going. Like, even if you got to turn heel, during this reign, so be it. I'm cool with that. But just keep on just being a proud champion. Find a way to win by any means. I've seen the videos of her training with Riddle. So they're trying to add that in, that she's prepared for some of the MMA style fighting and combat that she's going to encounter from someone like Shayna Baszler. I think for Shayna, too, this could play into her evolution back into the Queen of Spades. Because if she loses this, you got Ronda Rousey, who's already kind of called her out, saying, hey, you used to be a killer. So the two of them being at odds and Ronda looking at her like, you lost, although, I mean, technically you lost, Ronda lost too, but like Ronda being able to say you used to be someone great, like in NXT, you were dominant, in MMA, you're a fighter, you're a real fighter. And then you're losing to this person that I tapped out, that I got screwed by. Like, I feel like that story's right there. And I would love to see that matchup happen. So, give me that. But this match, definitely Liv. So we both got Liv here. That brings us to the main event of the evening. Man, here we go. 730 days on the line.
730.
Woo! We have got the head of the table, the tribal chief, the one, Roman Reigns, defending the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against the hometown boy, Drew McIntyre. We already know who you're going to pick, so go ahead and say
On Tribal Chief Day. Yes. Of course I'm going with the head of the table. We the ones. 2 years. Never been done on the main roster before.
You kind of hesitate when you said that. You kind of had this look on your face like,
You're lying.
Are you truly bought into this happening?
Dude, come on. Don't do me like that. No, I'm on to you now. I already know what you're doing. You on that bullshit.
I'm looking. I'm watching. I'm like, I want to see the conviction.
No.
100%.
No.
This is going to happen.
100.
This is not a prediction. This is a spoiler.
Exactly.
I need that energy.
It's a spoiler, goddammit. 100% confident, 110 bonus, all that shit, man. Only person I give, little hesitation is only you bear the name, sir, the monarch, the messiah, okay? The visionary, Seth Rollins. That's the only man that is destined. But outside of that, no one. I don't care how good of a goddamn story you do for Drew. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
How good of a goddamn story.
I don't.
Oh, man.
That shit don't matter to me. It's like Kevlar. I'm like, I don't care. You want to do all this dramatic, it's like a promo floating around on Twitter. I'm like, okay. He's still gonna lose though. He's still gonna lose. On the 800, sir. Let's go. What the tribal chief say? I'm the global chief now. I'm like, global chief. Let's go.
Oh man. I mean, listeners, you already knew. You already knew what he was gonna say. We just had to get it out there. I just needed to hear the conviction. I needed to hear that 100%. Because I'm going Drew McIntyre.
Oh.
Please don't send my best friend to crazy people jail.
Oh my God!
I'm going the other way.
I'm not even surprised.
I'm going the other way.
Getting swayed.
Hey, look.
What'd you say about John Cena? What happened? Destroyed. Non-factor.
I said John Cena. I said Kevin Owens. Those were the two that I gave that victory to. I did. With Drew McIntyre, you said it. They're telling a hell of a story. And if there's one moment that would make sense, it's the fact that we are at 2 years, right? We're at 2 years. That's a milestone. It's like perfect. Exactly 2 years on Friday is what it's going to be. The next day, he goes to Cardiff. You finite that right there?
No.
Man. And think about this too. The fact that we still have in the background of all this that's really not being, talked about. WrestleMania during the pandemic. Drew McIntyre wins the championship, no crowd. The next year, Drew McIntyre loses to Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm.
Like that moment that Drew McIntyre you thought was coming when he won the Royal Rumble. He still hasn't gotten that moment. If he gets that in Cardiff in front of that crowd, I mean, this is like his WrestleMania right here. This moment is like a WrestleMania level moment for Drew, for him. I mean, they're painting a picture. They're telling a story that is just, to your point, it's a good damn story. And you can say you don't care. I give him that.
It's a good story.
I feel like this, for the tribal chief, for the head of the table, for the one, Roman Reigns, is one of those acceptable losses if he were to get it, because of the fact that they are paying homage by giving him this 2 years. And it's going to take all of Cardiff behind this man to finally end this reign. It would take a situation like this. Perfect storm. Drew McIntyre. Redemption. Drew McIntyre, the guy who was fired, had to work his way back and still has not gotten that moment to then go into Cardiff, into a freaking castle with a sword, with a damn sword, to come down like the knight in shining armor.
Oh my goodness.
To reclaim the WWE and Universal Championship, and to have them show up on shows. Give Roman Reigns some time. You want some time to chill, you can chill, but damn it, give us the championships back.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this, if it happens, I feel like you should not look at, this as, Roman, like this is a bad loss for Roman Reigns. He's already a made man. Whoever beats him now, it's like, look, this dude pulled off a hell of a run, and it's been amazing. If it continues, so be it. I'm not going to be mad at it because I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it as well. But I have to address what I'm seeing. And if you were ever going to give it to Drew, if Drew McIntyre does not win this, Drew McIntyre he's never getting this again. I just don't feel like he's getting this championship. It just feels like this is the perfect situation to give it to Drew if you believe in him. Now, there is the Karrion Kross element in all of this. Will Karrion Kross play a part, right? I know there's a lot of people probably thinking Karrion Kross gets involved. He's been, talking specifically to Drew this entire time. Now, my thought on this is that they're setting up Karrion Kross to be Drew McIntyre's first opponent, because Karrion Kross and Roman Reigns doesn't make sense. Now, if Roman Reigns wins, obviously you could have just a one-on-one feud between those two. That's fine. But I can see a scenario where Drew McIntyre is champion and Karrion Kross is that monster heel that you put up against Drew McIntyre for his first defense. I could see that happening too. So this is a masterful job by WWE, by Papa H, to create a scenario And I mean, I guess, Vince, you got to give him some credit because, this started while he was still there. But I'm giving Papa H more credit. Because of the whole Karrion Kross thing, too.
It's his cooking, his seasoning.
Yes, thank you. The way that this has been built up, the video packages, and nothing has changed in the Tribal Chief. Nothing has changed. He's still got that swagger. He put the chair on his head. He's got the championships. This runs through me.
Take it from me, please. I want somebody to take it from me now.
This is still mine. Somebody take it. Somebody. I love it.
Ain't nobody taking it. Nobody.
He should make you feel like it's never gonna happen. He should. He should.
Yes.
And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of those situations where in the creative room they're going back and forth. Damn, this story we're telling is so good from both sides. What the fuck? What do we do? I would love to be a fly on that wall because what do we do, Peter? Huh? Right.
Taking balling it up. No, that's not gonna work.
Yes. I think this is a situation where they're probably looking at it like, man, we could do this. We could go either way. And so kudos to them. Props to them for telling such an amazing story that I think has re-legitimized Drew as a potential champion in WWE because his stock had dropped a lot. He felt lame. I'm gonna say it. He felt lame for a while there. I did not want to see him as champion anymore.
Just telling stories, man.
Storytime Drew was not working. It was not working. Absolutely not. But now I feel like with the way they've built him up, starting with I think the Sheamus feud and the just them going back and forth again, and then they had that it was like a street fight. I forget what the name of it was, but that at the beginning of the Papa H era kind of reinvigorated. Like that match was awesome. That was awesome. And so then you start going little by little, and Drew is just basically he's about his business. He's like, hey, I want to fight. Like, I'm done. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you holding those championships hostage. Your parts. I mean, it's the same thing that Roman has said to Brock, and that people said to John Cena. You're holding it hostage. You're part-time. Give us the championships back. But I do appreciate it. Devin, it's a great story. I'm going with Drew because that is the story that I feel like if you were to give him the championship now, if you don't give him the championship now, I feel like, man, then when do you do it? Because this feels perfect if you were going to do it against Roman Reigns. If you were going to have Drew beat Roman Reigns, this is the time to do it. Don't give me, he lost here, but then he wins the Royal Rumble and then he goes against the rest. We know that's not going to happen. No. No. If anything, Cody Rhodes is winning the Rumble. No. So, I'm out. Yeah, seriously. No. So I'm going Drew. I'm cool with being wrong. And I'm still, he's had a masterful run. The Tribal Chief. No one can take away from him what he has done. If it continues, long may he reign.
It will continue.
Tribal Chief, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. They put me at the edge of my seat. I'm just gonna be watching and enjoying it. Either way, I'm gonna be watching and enjoying it. Amen. And I hope you can say the same no matter what happens too. I hope you can say the same. If Drew McIntyre wins, I hope you can at least look at it and say, you know what? It was amazing. It was great.
I am a faithful acolyte for the Tribal Chief. My belief will not waver. I'm not a non-believer like my co-host right here. He can believe what he wants to believe. That's him. But me, head of the table, right here, all day, every day, over Drew. I'm not surprised that you went with Drew. I'm not surprised.
I've been thinking about this.
You had the same enthusiasm for John Cena. All he needs is 3 seconds.
I have more enthusiasm. No, I'll tell you right now. I have more enthusiasm for this than I did for John Cena. I do. I feel stronger about this one, man, because it's 2 years. Like, that's amazing. If he takes it all the way to WrestleMania, awesome. Awesome. I got no complaints with either way. That's why I can't wait. From my perspective, this is amazing. Either way they cut it. A little bit for Drew, I'll feel like, well, I mean, I guess you're never going to get it because I mean, if you can't beat him here, back of the line, look at Gunther and try to beat him for the IC title, because that you can't really even look in the Tribal Chief's direction if you lose to him in Cardiff. If there's shenanigans and all that, it's like, okay, DQ finish. I feel like that's a shitty way to end the show.
Not for Papa H. She's not going to do
right,
that.
Exactly. There is going to be a definitive winner in this matchup. Karrion Kross could get involved and screw him over, and then you have that going on. I get it.
He might get involved without getting involved, though. He could just pop up.
What I want, if Roman Reigns beats Drew, it needs to be he beats Drew. I want him to beat him clean. Beat him clean. Give us a classic match to really put over both guys. That's what I want. If Tribal Chief wins, you want to put him in the guillotine and put him to sleep, go for it. You want to hit him with a spear and put him out, go for it. But if we have shenanigans and there's all this shit, I don't know, man. I just feel like that's not the way to end this
feels. If he want to feel like winning a match clean, feel like he's gonna do that. If you want to win it by devious means, okay. Yeah. That's on the table too, Tribal Chief, or even by supernatural means, because that's on the table.
No,
but I don't know.
No, it's not.
That was Vince era.
Yeah, no. God will not intervene. He better not.
Right, this is more grounded.
Yeah, seriously, Papa H. No, we know you better than that. Nope.
Yes, but the reign will continue. I do like the conversation it generates. It's almost similar to the Undertaker streak, and you say, "Who's next?" And I thought CM Punk could take it. He that's him. That's all him. He could do that. And this is almost parallel to that, man.
That's a great point.
Just Tribal Chief, because he's on top. He's doing something never been done before. And who's up on deck?
Right.
Drew. Okay, make a good case. All right. But Papa
I love
H,
that
I think
comparison.
What he's doing.
No, I love that comparison, because every year when Undertaker would go to WrestleMania, it's like, okay, you had Shawn Michaels, a bunch of times. You had Batista, Randy Orton a bunch of times. It was like, oh, CM Punk is like, oh, could he do it? There were so many guys, Triple H. So each time you're like, man, this could happen. And when Brock finally did it, I mean, you saw the reactions. So the day that Roman does, finally fall, that, oh my goodness. It may not be Cardiff. It may not be. But the story they're telling, what I'm judging right now is this would be acceptable. There's some losses that I feel like are not acceptable for him. No. Like Sami Zayn, for instance, I think some people have been saying, oh, it'd be cool if Sami Zayn was the one. No.
No.
Sami Zayn can team up with Kevin Owens and be tag team champions. Yes. That makes sense. That story makes sense to me.
Matter of fact, hold on. So you think the Tribal Chief is going to lose before the Usos then?
Yeah. The story that they're telling. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. I see the way you're thinking about it, and I get it, but the way they're telling the story, I'm just looking at this story on its own. And I'm seeing you are building a story where if Drew doesn't win this, when does he win? That is the real question, which makes it hard for me to say he's going to lose. I want to believe that Drew McIntyre can be champion, be the top guy. Tribal Chief's going to be the top guy, even if he does lose the championship. But the title holder, that he can be that guy. You know what I'm saying? I want to believe he can do that and have a successful run as champion. That first run was all right. It was all right. And he did what he did in the pandemic.
Yeah,
but we haven't seen it's different. We haven't seen him with a crowd as champion. Are they gonna just turn on him and be fickle, or are they gonna buy into Drew? Does he have that in him to get the crowd to buy in as face champion? I want to believe he could pull it off. I'm rooting for him to get an opportunity to try. So that's what I'm rooting for here. Kevin Owens, when he had his chance, it was like, I wanted him to do it because he told a great story too. With his family, and talking about the tattoos, it was heart. It was emotional. There was a lot of heart to it. So it made me want to say, ooh, that'd be cool, man. Give Kevin Owens another shot. So similar to that, but I think even with this one, even more so because of where it's at and all this buildup, I mean, let's see. Let's see.
It's
Going to be a hell of a story, hell of a match. And whoever wins, hey, I'm going to be happy for him. Roman Reigns does it. Hey.
You know, it's a screenshot moment when he had the chair on Drew's throat. I was like, oh man, Sammy in the background with the ones up too. Yeah. I'm like, look at him. You know what's gonna happen though.
Love it. He was like, this still runs through me. Somebody take it. I said, damn.
I want somebody to take it from me.
Right. I said, damn.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So we'll see what happens. So we're split on the prediction here, but it's going to be a fun one to watch. Either way, I am so looking forward to the show. It's going to be awesome. Clash at the Castle this Saturday. Gonna be dope. Can't wait. Any final thoughts on this whole thing?
Like I said before in the beginning, super excited. The build has been amazing. Papa H is doing his team and his amazing writers. Roman Reigns, Tribal Chief, Drew, sign me up. Liv Morgan, baby girl, I need you. Just infuriate.
Yes.
The IWC, just piss them off. Get on the Twitter finger. Keyboard Warriors unite. Right.
Watch me.
Yes. Man, Matt Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins. Oh my God.
Man.
Man. Yep. No bitch ass. Shit. He talking like he from the city, like out west. You on the west side, bro?
Hey, yo, Riddle.
K-Town.
You still there?
Right. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, right.
We'll talk about family. And that sounded so real,
right?
Because Seth wasn't cackling.
No,
he didn't put on his voice. It was just monotone and real snappish.
Family. That's right. You don't have family. You what? Divorced you. Took the kids. You're gonna be by your bitch ass. What? You heard me, bitch.
Yeah. He didn't repeat it. He's like, yeah, you heard me. You heard me, bitch.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Riddle was flabbergasted. What did you say?
One reason why I would want Roman Reigns to retain is to see a rematch between Seth freaking Rollins and Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal Championship. That is one reason why I would want
has the Tribal
Drew
Chief
not
number
to win this match.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Tribal Chief.
Yep.
He has it.
I would like Seth deserves that. Seth does deserve that. So
yeah.
Hey, if Roman wins, cool. Then let's set up Seth freaking Rollins versus the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
Maybe they'll set it up Survivor Series and set up the split.
Yeah,
split the titles, and then he could take the WWE back to Raw.
Yeah, they could. I mean, there was a rumor. I mean, take rumors for a grain of salt. But one thing that I did think, okay, maybe they do want to split this up because I think there was something about USA not being happy with not getting as much Roman Reigns as Fox, and so to your point, maybe a Survivor Series, you do have some kind of matchup where there's stipulations around splitting the title. There was a triple threat potential thing with Karrion Kross. Maybe you set that up for Survivor Series, and it's like 2 falls, first fall for the WWE, second fall for the Universal, something like that. And Tribal Chief doesn't get pinned, doesn't get submitted, just loses because one of those guys pins the other. I mean, that is a possibility that they're building up here. So I could see the WWE Championship going one way, and then Tribal Chief keeping the Universal Championship on SmackDown, going back to that potentially. But we'll see. But with all that said, that is going to do it for this episode. Clash at the Castle coming soon. Let's go. And keep an eye out because there might be a way to catch that with us coming up. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. But before we go, as always, Devin, please tell the people where they can catch us.
Yes, all the time. You can always find the podcast on the various social platforms. I'm going to give us a little shout out because we have been growing, especially a big shout out to our TikTok page.
TikTok.
Yes.
Come for that title, TikTok.
We finally crossed 4,000 followers on the TikTok. Yes. 4,000. Four. We did it. So shout out to the TikTok page.
Yes,
all right.
yes.
Facebook page. We hit 700 followers. 700 followers on the Facebook. We have an awesome, amazing Facebook group called the Clark Street Wrestling Community.
We almost
And
have
I
as
gotta
many
give-
followers on there as the Tribal Chief as Aces champion. We're slowly catching up.
Yes.
Let's get it to 730, y'all.
Right. 730 followers on the Facebook page. All right.
I like it.
Yeah, and like I said, we got an amazing Facebook group, Clark Street Wrestling Community. We talk about all walks of wrestling. And you know what? Ever since Papa H took over for Monday Night Raw, we've been having a weekly live discussion thread. So come on down on Mondays. Say hi. Talk about what you're seeing. All right, it's all good. We have a good time. So shout out to Chris. No, we got both Chris. Let me differentiate. Christopher. There we go. Shout out to Dom who chime in here and there. Shout out to Peter, Pepsi Phil, Stephen. Oh, I'm sorry, not Stephen. Spencer. Yep, shout out to him. We've been chiming in on the Monday weekly thread. So shout out to everybody, man. But come and join us on the Facebook group, Clark Street Wrestling Community. And of course, we got the Instagram and the Twitter. And you can follow all the social needs and the audio platform of our podcast and the lovely video platform as well. ClarkStreetWrestling.com. ST for the abbreviation. All right, where we have all of season 3 and season 4 on YouTube, which by the way, we have 279 subscribers on YouTube. Woo, 300. Oh
Love
my
it.
God.
Love it.
Yes. And can't forget about our merch.
Get your damn merch.
Yes, we got coffee cups. We got beach towels.
Beach towels.
On this closing in on the summer, getting ready for football season. You know how it is. Couple of drafts, by the way. Shout out to Tim King in this marathon of a draft right now. Pace 7. I ain't lost count. Round 10, I believe. Pick on me right now. Yeah. Shout out to our other league, Gamer Bros.
Oh,
what up, TC?
soon.
Yeah, we see
Brucey.
you Sunday.
Brucey.
Yes. But the beach towels, go and get the beach towels. Get your ass off that hot ass sand. ClarkStreetWrestling.com/store for your pleasure on Tribal Chief Day.
Yes.
That's for you, Bruce. You hear that, Bruce? He loves the Tribal Chief. He loves it.
Oh man. Well, with that said, that is gonna do it for this episode, this prediction show for Clash at the Castle. It's gonna be a fun event. Let's get it. Now that's gonna do it. For Devin, I'm Hafeez. Catch you guys next time. Peace.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the Clark Street Wrestling Podcast on Tribal Chief Day. 730 days for the Tribal Chief. Get your ones up right now. It is decided.
Circle debate.
Yes, circle debate. The way Papa H been cooking. Y'all sure y'all want to do this debate? I'll give y'all a freebie. Y'all were like, hey, you know what? We was just playing. I was like, okay, cool. We just, we can just record, do a little co-host together, whatever, put our podcast together. But hey, I'll give y'all out if y'all want to do it. Circle debate. If not, debate coming soon.
You only get one.